Well, we talked to Darren Lee today for a little bit about his role, and obviously he's won the hammer a couple times for you this year. What's he do for you? What do you like about having him out there?
Well, he's a guy that's just totally invested, I think, in everything he does. And so when he comes out there and plays on special teams, he's a big, physical, tough guy. He runs well and he likes to hit, so he's done a good job for us.
You look at that guy; he's married and he's went on his mission for a couple of years. You just talked to him; he seems like a really mature guy that just maybe seems above.
He absolutely is, and we're playing a whole team of them this week. So, but yeah, he definitely brings a level of maturity and experience and all that stuff to our team, and that's a great thing about teams. You get all that stuff, and when everybody comes together, it makes you all the better for it.
There's, around here I know, and maybe it's everywhere, but there's always seems to be one or two of those guys that are just special teams demons, and that's what they do, and they love it. It just always develop that way, or they're just kind of special guys that show up and do that?
Well, I think it's the culture of the place, and it's been that way for a long time around here, where guys understand, hey, everybody has a role, and what your role is, hey, everybody'd like to be J.J. and touch the ball that much, but not everybody's going to be. So the reality of it is, hey, where can I contribute? What can I do? And guys around here do a great job of embracing that stuff and finding a way to matter. And that's a big part of the success of the program here.
Dan, we talked about struggles in the previous game. Came out, looked like he definitely corrected the things he said he corrected.
Yeah, that was a big focus for us over the bye week and getting ready. And at the end of the day, Dan's pretty good. I mean, he does a really good job, and sometimes you just got to get your mind out of the way and let your body do the work. And I think he did a great job of that, and still did a great job kicking off. But I would expect nothing but great things from him from here on.
How do you look overall at the special teams? You haven't scored or had any huge plays, and until last week you hadn't really had any big negative plays either. How do you kind of look overall?
Yeah, I mean, we're always trying to minimize the negative stuff, and obviously, I mean, it's just unacceptable. You can't turn the ball over. It's a killer. And matter of fact, that's the first time I've ever had that happen and still been able to win a game, because on kickoff you're really giving up points as soon as the ball's turned over. So that was, I guess the one positive is we were able to still come out on top with having that happen. But you just can't have that. In terms of creating the big plays, we've been close. We're working at it, and we got to keep working at it and keep grinding, and we'll find a way to get one. If you just keep giving everything you got, you never know which one's the one that matters. I think in the overall, just in terms of how it goes, if you look at all the touchbacks, you limit your opportunities for some right away, versus 3 years ago when the kickoff was at the 30, a lot more returns both sides. So you get a chance to create a turnover, but you also get a few more returnable kicks, that sort of thing. And, the other side, we're bringing some out from fairly deep just to establish the mentality. And it hasn't gone as well as we need it to go, and we're still continually working on that. We had a decent return to start the game, but just haven't been able to do that. And then just the punt return, that's changed so much too with the formations and getting 7 guys out on the snap. Your opportunities there are limited. Certainly more fair catches these days. So, but that being said, when you have the opportunity, that's the one you need to convert, and we haven't done that yet. But we're going to keep grinding, keep working at it, and I think we can get that done over the next half of the season here.
You sure that's never happened in your career, or just can't remember a time it happened?
Yeah, I can't remember a time it happened.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember. I can tell you times when it happened and we lost, for sure. Rice in 2001, and what was the other one? It was again in 2001, but
okay.
Yeah, it happened twice in those years. So.
I think you guys will continue to kind of toy a little bit with personnel back there?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're certainly not locked in with anybody. I think some of the great returners have been here over the years, and yeah, Chris Carr, when he was back there, you knew that was your guy, and you've seen Doug Barton and various guys back there. We're trying to figure out who that is for us, and I think we're making progress, but we got to get there.
You mentioned bringing him out from kind of deep. It seems like especially Dallas was bringing some where he was almost 2/3 of the way back. Where is there a line or a spot? Was it 5 yards deep or somewhere? Or what was
Well,
kind of the mentality deciding to bring some of those deep ones
Yeah,
out?
we kind of go into a game with a plan, so you don't see that hesitation. I mean, we're either going or we're not, and we kind of know where that line is, and varies week to week, varies on depth, hang time, the coverage team, stuff like that. We had a really good one we brought out against Lafayette this past week. Obviously, if you had it to do over again, we just take a knee on that one, and you wouldn't risk a fumble. But we think we can block the other team, and at the end of the day, we think it's a chance for a play. Want to take that stuff.
I'm assuming you saw what the Rams did the other day on the punt return. I'm sure other people are going to try that now. What is the fix to that? How do you teach your guys not to have something like that happen?
Well, this is one of those things that you learn over time. But the back judge official he'll tell you where the ball is. So whenever we get that, we kind of peek at the back judge, and he's looking where the ball is going.
Okay.
That's his assignment. So he should tell you where the ball's going. Now, if he was in on it, you'd be in trouble, I guess. But,
you teach your guys that, though?
Yeah.
That's something you taught them in the past?
For
or?
us, it's a little bit more when they have two returners back.
Okay.
Just our formation and stuff, it's hard to do that. The other thing the NFL has, they have a little bit better idea of where the punt's going to come down based on different things.
Yeah.
Those guys, they're professionals for a reason. They put it where they're trying to put it. Sometimes that's a little bit harder. You really need a guy that's very consistent and gives you enough length that you're separated enough from everybody. If you're not getting a deep enough punt, that's a hard thing to do, really.
So if there's two returners back, your guys are aware of that more and looking at the official to try to figure out where the ball's going?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other thing in the NFL game, so many of those guys, they just have the traditional NFL punt with two wide guys. Well, they're double teaming those guys, so it's a lot easier to fall off with one guy. In college football, you see a lot more one-on-one outside. It's a little bit harder to fall off and find the ball.
You ever tried anything crazy like that?
Not that crazy. I wish I was the one that thought it up, yeah.
You smile when you see stuff like that,
Oh,
like
yeah,
creativity and that stuff?
Absolutely. And those guys, the Rams have done a great job with all that kind of stuff over the last couple of years. That's somebody I looked at a couple of times. They've had some different fake punts, and they just do a tremendous job. All those guys, that's what they do. They sit around and think up stuff like that. So it's a great research.
Yeah, faking it from inside your own 20, I'm sure you.
Yeah, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Those NFL guys, again, it's a little bit different game. There's on the whole course of the year, there might be 10 or 15 fakes over the course of the year, maybe. Maybe. So if you got the guts to go for one, just by odds, they're probably not looking for it. But and especially field position and all that stuff. College football, it's a little bit more prevalent, and you see some more of that stuff. So, we're always talking about, hey, what fake do they have out of this? What could they do? That kind of stuff, and trying to be alert for that stuff.
Talking to Jay the other day, he said he's had to learn a little more patience this year with the last couple of games. He's really had to fight for everything, and then the fourth quarter things have opened up. You guys had that message to him a little bit? Just kind of keep fighting away.
Yeah, keep grinding, and eventually the big one will pop. But sometimes we got to wear him down. Now that's a good thing about him. He's a guy that can wear some guys down, and his stamina's been great, so it hadn't been an issue. But yeah, we pride ourselves on being a well-conditioned team, and if we keep hammering it enough, eventually it'll break, and I think we've seen that over the last couple games. But yeah, he's done a great job of being patient and taking what's there from the defense and then converting it into a big one when the opportunities arisen.
How much does that help? If you guys are persistent, stuff like that, it helps set Shane up and stuff like that, and eventually things might loosen up a little bit.
Absolutely. And the flip side is the big plays we've hit in the pass game have loosened up the run game. So it all complements each other, and you don't want somebody to be able to sit there the whole game and go, well, this is what's happening. And we try and game plan for that and try and have things that look similar or take advantage of different things, that type of stuff.
I know just another way that he might be impressing, but again, over the last 2 games, he's averaging like 10 yards a carry in the fourth quarter. I mean, that seems pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, 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 and that's why he's in there, because he has that ability. You know, the one thing about him is, shoot, I mean, it might happen in the first quarter. He does such a good job running and vision, and he makes the first guy miss so often that it's a great opportunity for us to make a big play, and that's why, you know, he's getting as many touches as he is, because you never know which one's going to be the big one.
Have you? He's had a ton of success at home. I mean, he's had a ton of success regardless, but especially at home, his numbers are staggering. It's like 23 touchdowns in 9 games.
I think it's when we wear the blue they can't see him.
You were orange last week.
Oh, gosh, sorry.
I'm messing with you.